Money's the motivation, money's the conversation. You on vacation.
All right, guys, with the NFL season coming to a close here, coming pretty soon, it's time that we talk about who we think will win the NFL MVP. So, I mean, I already know who you think.
Damn right you know.
You might be wearing his jersey.
Hell yeah, I'm wearing this jersey.
All right, let me
Right
know.
here. Right here.
Why, though?
He's calling God. This man, Antonio Brown, is on another level. No one in the NFL compares to him at the wide receiver position. Don't even say anyone. First of all, look at it. Just look at his stats this year. He's been targeted 160 times.
That's insane.
99 catches. 1,509 yards. That's already more than anyone had last year. He's still got 3 games left.
Yeah.
He's averaging 116.1 yards per game, 9 touchdowns. So before I say why I think he should win it, I want to say I don't like how the NFL MVP is mainly the best quarterback award. You know, obviously Lawrence Taylor's won a couple. You know, if a running back has a bomb year, he'll win one. Watt, yeah. But, I mean, the wide receivers in the NFL need to get more recognition. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Because, especially now, it's the NFL is turning into a passing league.
It's been a passing league,
Yeah.
honestly.
And I mean, if you look at the other candidates, you know, obviously we talked about last segment, Carson Wentz going down, that he's out of it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady struggled against Miami last week,
Mhm.
and Russell Wilson struggled against Jacksonville last week.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown is consistent on a night-to-night basis for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have won 4 of their last 5 games by a game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
Who's been the one that made the catch to put them in that position? Yeah, Antonio Brown. Okay.
I know.
He also returns punts.
Mhm.
That's another thing. What would the Steelers be without Antonio Brown? I know we talked about this yesterday. If he's off that team, there's no deep threat there. And that means teams don't have to worry about, you know, the deep ball. Obviously, they still have Juju Smith and Martavius Bryant, but it's not the same.
100% it's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
It's nowhere near the same. That turns into from one of the best receiver corps in the league to arguably the worst.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for
Just
sure,
'cause
because
it's
of one guy.
Just because there's so many good receivers,
Yeah.
dude. Like maybe not the worst, but one of them.
One of the worst.
Yeah.
But I think tonight's game against the Patriots, I think this is the game that really determines it. But are you telling me, so Calvin Johnson set the NFL single season record for receiving yards with 1,964 yards in one season.
Mm.
Maybe he can break that. Depending on how the Steelers do, because if the Steelers beat the Patriots tonight and win one more game and beat the Texans, I'd say they beat the Texans next week, then they'll have that 1 seed on lock, and I don't think he'll play against Cleveland. But let's say like something mixes up, he can break 2,000 yards in 3 games.
Yeah.
500 yards in 3 games, he can do that.
Easy.
Are you telling me that if he gets over 2,000 receiving yards and gets 3 or 4 more touchdowns, that he should not be the MVP? If a receiver is going to win the award, it needs to be this year. And that it needs to start to be a change to where it's not just the best quarterback.
I agree.
Damn right you agree. Because it's only the truth.
All right. So you and me have talked about this beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and I originally was gonna say Antonio Brown. Well, okay, we both thought it was gonna be Carson Wentz before he got hurt, and then when he got hurt, we had to take a look at it and was like, now who's gonna win MVP? Obviously, Tom Brady's still a candidate.
Yeah.
Always will be while
Every
he's
year,
playing.
yes.
But it's like you said. It's a quarter. Other than a running back having a bomb year, it's generally like out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times it's going to be a quarterback, and the other 2 it's
like
going to be
9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, they're a bit like pass rushers, like we said, like Watt.
J.J. Watt and Lawrence Taylor.
Look,
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, defensive players are so hard to come by. Because it is a quarterback's award because it's a passing league. which is why. I mean, I can't deny Tom Brady's value to the Patriots. It's like the LeBron situation in the NBA where he really should win it every year.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it'd be kind of a dumb award if it was given to the same person every
Right.
year. So, but I think AB deserves it because in terms of the name of the award, most valuable player,
He is the most valuable player.
that says something when you have a Ben Roethlisberger on your team, a Le'Veon Bell on your team, the best, in my opinion, and I'm sure yours too, the
Hell
best
yeah.
running back in the league.
Hell yeah.
I mean, but especially because the last week against the Ravens, they played at the end of the game, so they won 39-38.
Mhm.
First of all, it took Ben 66 times to throw 66 times to beat the Ravens. I mean, it's always a hard game against the
Yeah,
Ravens.
it's a division game,
Yeah.
rivalry game.
But who made that game-saving catch before the field goal, like you said?
Antonio Brown.
Exactly.
Over 200 yards against, in many people's opinions, one of the best secondaries in the league.
Yeah. Oh,
With the Ravens.
well, Jimmy Smith got hurt.
Yeah, that is one.
That's huge.
I know I told you this yesterday. There are only, in my opinion, 2 cornerbacks that can slow AB down one-on-one coverage. Casey Hayward, your man, and Jalen Ramsey. Other than that, every cornerback in the league needs at least safety help.
Yeah.
You see AB get double covered, he's still making catches.
Yeah.
He's still making
triple
plays.
coverage.
Triple
honestly.
coverage. And if a team decides to go single coverage, cornerback out wide, you're done. You're screwed. You can't cover him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he's the most valuable player, because he's doing this. He's doing all these stats when he's getting double covered every single play.
It's like Carson Wentz at the receiver position. He's our savior.
Yeah.
But back to the question: who's going to win the MVP? In my opinion, I think the Seahawks. Well, if the Seahawks make the playoffs,
Say him. I knew you would say him.
this guy. If the Seahawks make the playoffs, Russell Wilson has to, just because
What did he do against Jacksonville, though?
but
Jacksonville is the best defense in the league,
yeah,
and
exactly.
they shut him down completely.
That's fine, and I'm not saying he's gonna he's the perfect player, but it's a quarterback's award. It's kind of like by process of elimination. You know what I mean? If they're not gonna give it to Brady, they're not gonna give it to AB just because he is a receiver.
Well, that's dumb.
It is.
because-
I agree.
Because, like you said, it is a big if. If the Seahawks make the playoffs, first of
Yeah.
all, if they don't make the playoffs, he's not winning the award. The Seahawks are 8-5 right now.
Yeah,
The Steelers are 11-2, have the chance of getting the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. The Seahawks lost at home to the Redskins. They have some bad losses.
okay, but they have some. So they lost to Green Bay. They haven't lost the game by more than 8 points.
That's fine. I mean, that's
which
the
isn't
NFL.
terrible. And keep in mind, so back to Russell Wilson. Just beyond his stats, he's throwing 62%. I mean, that's not bad.
terrible.
Yeah, 3,500 yards still, 7.5 yards per throw, 29 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 95.5 passer rating.
Okay.
And he's 98.9 for his career. He's always been a great quarterback. And then he's also the Seahawks leading rusher.
Well, that just shows that the Seahawks have no running
But
back.
that's my point. In terms of if it's going to be a quarterback's award in terms of value, he's their leading rusher. And people talk about their defense. The Legion of Boom has been banged up all season.
For sure, it definitely has. But it's still a good defense.
Big Cam just got put on IR.
That's fine.
And isn't Earl Thomas coming back?
I think he's been back for
Yeah,
a couple
couple
weeks.
weeks. And
But he's definitely missed his fair share of games this year.
100%. And then Sherman's out
Sherman's
too.
out.
And then their line is mediocre at best. It's hard to even give them that.
They've gotten better.
They exactly. That's the only reason why I even considered saying mediocre at best. You know what I mean? But Russell Wilson still has to save them. Although the receiving core is underrated.
yeah,
They play.
yeah.
like-
It's a good receiving core.
Yeah.
Doug Baldwin, I think, other than Jarvis Landry, I think Doug Baldwin's the most underrated receiver in the NFL.
And I was never a big Doug Baldwin guy, but watching him play with Russell Wilson,
That's a good duo.
yeah, I like it a lot.
I just
But at the end of the day, I talk about all the time. He just has that magic.
Yeah.
He saves
He
them. Carson, but like he's been doing it the way Carson Wentz did it this year. He's been doing that
Yeah.
forever, and no one ever. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. I think it's time, and if it's the year that Brady's not going to get it and AB's not going to get it just because he's a receiver, he does need to make the playoffs and compete, especially with the. I believe in the favorite in the NFC right now, other than the Vikings, is the Rams.
Okay.
I really like the Rams. They need to compete with their division rival, dude.
Yeah.
But if they do,
I-
talk about Russ.
I agree with you 100%. I really think it comes down to three guys. It's Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, or Antonio Brown right now.
Yeah.
The game tonight will be the deciding factor of if Tom Brady should get it or if AB should get it.
Yeah.
And the one that has the worst game and the team that loses, he'll be out of it, and then it will be between one of those two and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a great player. He's a very good quarterback. You know, I've never been high on Russell Wilson. I think he's just been a mediocre quarterback with a great defense.